Jesse Jackson is dead and now buried. It seems to be as though that happened multiple times. And that is where we begin the final episode of Kings at the Table as we prepare to bury the name of this podcast. Gentlemen, now, did you watch the fume?
I watched. Which one you damn talking about? It was 10 of them.
It was
He had 10 fumes.
Yeah,
Black
I
folks
honestly,
love a fume
I think I watched the first 3 minutes and then I was like, okay, yeah.
Now,
And that was one person still going. So yeah,
I definitely watched the one with the Obamas and the Clintons and Kamala Harris.
You
and all
watched
that
it.
stuff. I watched it.
It was on in the background.
It was
while
on
you
in
were
the
sitting there
background.
doing what you had to do.
Yes.
And what did you think of this highly dignified service?
I thought it was a great service.
A beautiful homegoing.
I thought it was a beautiful homegoing. I thought it was a great service. I love that the Clintons and Michelle was notably absent.
she always knows. She always knows. She always knows.
Always miss the bullshit.
Yeah, she always missed the bullshit.
You know, I love that they were there, and I love that they came to speak in honor of Jesse Jackson and the beautiful life that he lived as one of the most influential civil rights figures that we know.
He was
today.
the bridge. I mean,
Yes,
that was
he
a
was the
beautiful. I
bridge.
made a video literally saying he's the bridge, and that was kind of the theme of the homegoing is that he bridged America from the civil rights movement to the Obama era, and it's a beautiful connection. What he created was a foundation, a framework that helped Obama get elected, and many other black leaders in this country. So that
Although
was
he
that
didn't
was
really
great.
care for Obama.
Well, that's what the rumors and what people say. That's what people say.
That's about that.
But one thing that also
Allegedly.
kind of stood out to me is why do we like a funeral on TV? I didn't watch it.
You don't like funerals?
I hate them.
I
don't like
You don't like
funerals.
funerals, period. You like funerals on TV.
I don't like funerals, period. I'm not a funeral person.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
like that.
interesting to
I'm
me
like
how
that as
black
well.
people were like, "Oh, we finna watch the funeral," and they literally watched it.
The whole
Because
time.
anything to do with church, we want to be part of.
Yeah.
It's part of our culture.
I'm like you, Zach. I don't really care for funerals. However, I will say, like, when it's like a high profile figure, I am curious to see how it's orchestrated. Like, I really love the Whitney Houston funeral.
You love the Whitney Houston?
Whitney Houston had a
That
good
one was
funeral.
probably the best funeral
She
I've ever
did.
seen.
Aretha funeral was too goddamn
It
long.
was too long.
I'm
Aretha
gonna
too
go
long.
back and maybe look at some of the footage of the
Whitney's
Whitney
was
Houston
great.
funeral. Wait, because
Whitney's
I
was
didn't.
great.
Yeah.
I was entertained from beginning to the end.
How can a funeral be entertaining?
Because it had like all your favorites, and they didn't.
Celebrities.
Yeah,
They
it was
come
all your
perform.
favorites, and they were like singing.
then they
And
leave
wasn't
their
that the funeral
words.
where Christina Aguilera was leaking, or that
She
was
was
Aretha?
leaking.
She
That was
was
Aretha.
leaking.
Leaking
They
what?
said she had just got spray tan, but they thought it was like poop water or something. But her spray tan started running down her legs.
Oh God.
Yeah,
That's nasty. as hell.
You know, that's hopefully no one was leaking at the funeral for Jesse Jackson, although there was controversy surrounding the speeches that were given,
Yes.
where they were saying how the family wished that had made prior wishes known that the service would be apolitical, no politics talked, but that it was spoken. Now, Sid, you watched the funeral. Did you take offense to what you heard?
Absolutely not. And I think they only spoke of Jesse Jackson in the way that they were related to him, which was through politics. So, I mean, for them to have any notion that by asking previous presidents and vice presidents and secretaries to come and stand on the podium and give words about him, and for them to feel like they should not relate politics is asinine. Like,
Yes.
I mean, that's how they knew Jesse.
That's how the world knew
That's how
Jesse.
the world knew Jesse, and that's
It's
what
through his
his
political work.
legacy was.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, one thing that
I mean,
also,
they could have
yeah.
mentioned his children that he had out of wedlock.
Ooh.
Now, were those
Were
children?
they there?
Yeah, they were there though, right? Surely they were there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They were there.
Okay.
And were they were with the family and received by the family?
Yeah. What's the 26-year-old with the family?
I'm
The
That
way
he
you're
had on his
looking.
wife?
Yeah, I'm asking.
I
I
don't
don't know.
Exactly. Next topic.
Yeah, no, you know what? That's
And that's
something.
why
That's
I think
something
everyone
though
was
to
speaking
research.
about like their connection
Yeah.
to
Because
Jesse.
this man, I mean, what y'all want him to talk about?
Right.
All
What
right,
are they
you-
going to talk about?
Pick your poison.
That's a really valid point. I think that's
Damn
a
it, I
valid
said
point,
it.
and that's something to kind of talk about as we talk about how, you know, Jesse, may he rest in peace. And not only do we want to see Reverend Jesse Jackson rest in peace, we also want to see Target rest in peace. Target has now
We'll talk about
announced
Target
their
one more goddamn time on the
rebrand, and they're launching this brand new rebrand because they are certain, with investing multiple millions of dollars, they are going to be able to bring your black asses back to the stores. So I really want to know. I'm going to start here with you, Sir Ken, as someone who has been vigilant and dedicated in the boycott of this brand, the same way that I have.
I have.
Did you read about what they want to do, and is any of that going to impact your decision to shop there?
I don't think that it is for me because I am a Scorpio. You know, loyalty for us is everything. Like once that's broken, it's kind of hard for us to like even trust you again. So that's how I feel like with these corporations and these brands. And I get it. They're changing their marketing, but I always say, coming from a business standpoint as a serial entrepreneur, marketing may attract the attention, but the customer experience always determine the credibility, the loyalty, and whether the promises feel authentic. So I think at the end of the day, it will depend on the customer experience. And I feel like it'll be the ones that are probably not as tenacious as you and I, such as like our great friend said, that likes to,
Sir
make
Ken, go to
exceptions.
hell.
And
Well, I mean,
and that's
but
okay.
what we're
Go
going
to
to do,
hell.
but what we're going to do is go to you.
Yeah.
Say it like you're someone who joined the boycott like late.
I
You're-
did not
you're
join.
literally-
No,
It's okay.
no,
I didn't even think you
no,
joined.
no, hell no, fuck no. Now let's clear this up, okay? You and your locks. What I joined the boycott when the boycott started, okay? And after about
Say it.
9,
We have actual
No,
video
I said-
evidence.
that's
You've
how I
been
know
caught in 4K.
No,
we
that's
have-
how I knew your ass weren't
everyone,
listening to
we
what the
have
fuck I was
13
saying.
episodes
You said
of Kings at the
No,
Table.
if you go
you
back,
go back
I
to
literally-
episode 1, you will see evidence of
Well, no, if you
Cedric's
go back-
commitment
if you go
to
back-
shopping and
No.
Target.
Yes.
Not
That's
only
not
after the
true.
boycott,
Yes.
but also
That
on
is-
Black Friday. You've been caught in
And
4K.
people were
But
actually
feel
That
free.
is the
commenting about
furthest
that.
from. If both of y'all would shut the fuck up and listen to me, goddamn.
We'll shut it.
I'm done.
But that's probably why you didn't hear me say what the hell I said 12 episodes
Well, the
ago.
people
'cause you
heard
was
you.
talking.
The people heard you. And they were in the
No,
comments.
what the people heard me say was that during Black Friday, I did choose and to go and buy my Givenchy cologne, to which I am wearing today. Okay,
It smells wonderful.
Thank you, bitch. It should.
Don't forget your
All
hair
right,
oil.
so that's what the people heard me say.
And your hair oil.
And what they also heard me say was that I participated in the boycott for about 3 months, and then when the motherfucking CEO lost his job and their stocks tanked and they lost all their and the shareholders pulled and they lost all their money, I said, well, damn, I guess we don't do what we want to do. We probably should go back. So I went back, and when I went back, all them niggas was in there with my ass. Let's be clear. Let the record show. I wasn't the only nigga in that motherfucker.
You were
I don't
not
know
the
about
only
that.
one.
I was
don't
not
doubt
the
that.
only nigga in there.
But
I
you
know
know
you
what?
weren't,
a
but
lot
it
of
wasn't
niggas
It's
a
in
lie.
gonna
there.
be
It
a
wasn't a
whole
lie.
It was
lot of y'all
It was a whole
in hell.
lot of
Yes.
niggas
Burnt
in there.
ass charcoal as fuck.
Well, Zach. Okay, there's a lot of reasons for you to go to hell too.
Not because I'm shopping at Target.
Okay, bitch, that might just be one, but
That's
there are
not
several
for me.
others. Okay, so
Others didn't make it, but
That's-
thank God I'm glad I
back
did.
to the original point. You asked me a question about how I
Yeah,
feel.
I'm waiting on you to tell us about it because again, had brand loyalty, and are you ready to get that back?
Of course, you probably
There-
would.
there- I mean,
I've actually
Be
done. I've
honest.
actually,
Yeah.
you know, since you guys verbally accosted me
Tell the truth.
and abused me,
Truthful.
I have now refrained from going to Target.
Thank
I have not been
God.
to Target in the last 2 months.
Delivered.
Can I just say one thing also, because I had this conversation with someone 2 days ago that was going to Target, and I think and this is why I want to say it. I think a lot of people are not informed that the boycott has not ended.
They know it's
Like,
not.
he
They
thought-
fucking know.
I don't know, because he told me that he thought it was only for like 3 months. I was like, what point? Like,
I
what?
said 3
What
months.
effect would that make? He said the same
It
thing.
made
but-
a very
but
significant impact in 3 months.
But if you're going back, which they already think that that's what's going to happen, they're not really affected by that short term.
Well, clearly they know it's not going to happen, Sir Ken. They've literally re-strategized and restructured their entire business structure.
But
How they're
that's-
going to structure their
but that's-
stores, how they're going to sell products. So clearly, none of the business has
Well,
returned to the
but
to the
that's why
frequency
Are
that
you
it was.
willing to give them another chance?
I am,
Okay.
absolutely.
So say it
Just like I
is.
gave that Target recruiter a chance when they reached out to me on LinkedIn and asked me if I was interested in a job.
Okay, and you're giving them opportunity, and that's okay. And so, Sir Ken, are you willing to give them a second chance?
Sorry,
because let me
no.
tell
I
you,
just sneezed from the bullshit.
you know, I pulled up. I wanted to verify what they're
Oops.
doing. Okay, so
Girl, go to hell.
Pastor Jamal Bryant, in a segment of
Yes.
Black Leaders, made a call. after Target just said, oh, well, they want to get rid of DEI. No problem. DEI is dead. We will not do DEI. Although the company's profits were built on the promises made to Black Americans.
Yes.
But they did away with it with no question, no hesitation whatsoever. And so our leaders came together, and one of the only moments of Black solidarity that we have seen since President Trump became president, and said, we are going to boycott this organization until they restore DEI and make a promise to fulfill the things that they said. We didn't ask them to do anything new. We just said, keep your promise that you made. Promises made should be promises kept.
That's right.
And in their rebrand, I wanted to see, are you going to finally keep the promises that you made to us after the killing of George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement of 2020? And the answer is a resounding no. None of that is here. They are going to have a focus on tech savvy, digital focus. They're going to go back to being focused on the family and targeting busy families. Typically, when a company says they're going to become family focused, that doesn't mean your families, you homosexuals. They're aiming for the straights. I'm just telling you what it means when you hear it. They're also saying that they are ready to go into a new chapter of growth that's going to focus on a more consistent, elevated guest experience. They want to go back to being known as Target. You can do that, but I don't see how you can do it when you're not going to be Target, because none of our gay asses are going to be going in there because the gays are boycotting you too. They're going to put in $5 billion, and they're also going to open more stores. So instead of closing stores as they've lost money, they're going to open stores, but those stores are opening in rural America. I say to that, fuck you, Target. Yeah. Fuck you. You are dead and you are buried, and there's no resurrection coming for you. Your stocks are trash, your CEO is trash, and your brand is trash. You are off target, you missed the mark, and you're done. Who has not missed the mark, unfortunately, has been our president and the United States government, as bombs continue to fall in Iran in week 2. They have taken out a number of Iranian leaders, and it's been ongoing. We're in week 2 of the war. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts? What the fuck are we?
We're fucking doomed. It's what
Are
we
we?
are. Yes, we're fucking doomed.
I mean, anytime.
So is fucking Iran. And all them fucking people over there who getting blown the fuck up. And so is Israel. And so is the entire state of foreign relations on this fucking planet. There is no damn United Nations, because the United States decided to be the divided states.
Hello.
And now they just going out and just doing shit and blowing shit up in the middle of the motherfucking night and motherfucking kidnapping damn foreign leaders and shit, and in an oil war, and damn deploying people from their fucking homes and their children and separating them from their wives to go and fight some senseless battle that in 10 years we won't even be too able to explain in fucking history books. Why the hell we over there in Iran blowing shit up again?
We don't know definitively
We still do
why
not know.
we are there. 41% of Americans do support this war effort. Currently, 41% of Americans in a recent poll said that they support it. I don't know if you could say that the same 41% even know what it's about.
But what is that demographic, that 41%? Because I feel like a lot of it, exactly.
Uneducated,
and
simple-minded,
as a veteran, like
white
this
women.
is something that's really like touching to me, because when I joined the military, I joined right at 9/11, and I had no idea what was really going on, but I knew what I stood for, and I knew that I wanted to sacrifice myself for the freedom of the people of this country. And it was like a huge disappointment when I finished, and a lot of the soldiers I enlisted with, they were no longer here. They died. And then there was these things where you hear about the war was unnecessary. I remember, because I was a nuclear biochemistry instructor, so I was the first one to test the land for nuclear radioactive activity, and that was never the case. Remember, they said they had it was a chemical threat.
They were saying that they had weapons of mass destruction.
Mm-hmm. And that wasn't.
And you found not one.
I lost so many of my brothers and sisters, and the ones that came back, they have PTSD to like an unimaginable amount, and they're never going to be the same, all for a war that was uncalled for. And I think about that when I look at what we're dealing with right now. So many of our brothers and our sisters are going to not be able to return home, all because of the nonsense of a person we call the president that is trying to be
that we elected, that
we can't say elected, because I still feel that the election was stolen and rigged, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Well,
So I didn't elect him.
when
And
we,
everybody I know didn't elect him. So I don't know how he got in office.
so
I voted for Kamala.
well, when you look at where we are currently, I always want to share facts and figures. We're looking at as many as 4,800 human lives lost already in the first week of combat in Iran. 4,800 people over the course of our world. In terms of American lives lost, in terms of the brothers and sisters that Sir Ken speaks of, we have now lost 9 U.S. servicemen in 1 week of war. 9 people. And a total of 142 confirmed are injured, although some say that the number is higher than what our government is actually telling us. So I just think it's an important time to always, as we are enduring this war, to honor the people, the Americans who have lost their lives. So we'll just take a brief moment of silence right here in the show for those lives lost. And we'll do that each week from, again, the end of King's Table to the end next week, our new.
And Congress need to do something. Do something
They
more for
can't do
veterans.
anything. I mean,
No, I'm saying do more for veterans.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like every establishment in this country should be able to give an award to veterans something every single time they step their foot in those establishments. And I feel like it's just unfair.
that's a whole nother issue. I mean, the care.
There's no reason veterans should be homeless.
The veterans. But I do think it's interesting, to your point, that, I've been seeing this kind of coined as a distraction war. And I do think there's something larger to be said about that. I was watching this creator to whose name I do not remember, and I apologize for that. But I was watching this creator, and he was, shut the fuck up. I was watching this creator, and he shared in his content that there is a great deal of information that is being removed from channels in the U.S. about the reality and the harsh realities of what's actually happening in Iran.
I firmly believe
alluded
that.
to that
I
in
firmly
terms of
believe
the
it.
death count, the amount of soldiers who have been injured and who have now been, victims of this war. And I do think that there's a larger conversation to be had here about what the end goal is. I don't know if it's just about oil. I don't know if it's just about power. I think it's about policing.
If she gonna get that goddamn camera off me from the side with my stomach sticking out.
So I do have a question before we change
Damn,
the
can
topic.
I finish my point?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shit, I was in the
thought
middle
you
of
were.
some
Who's
good shit.
manipulating that fucking side view? Continue.
This is how you know this is a show full of gay
No, it's
men.
not. I
'Cause
was-
in the middle of talking about something serious,
I was seeing my stomach, bitch.
oh my God.
I
Like,
was seeing it. Continue. I'm sorry.
every week I lose a fucking brain cell.
You got some left from shopping at
Oh,
Target?
bitch.
I was about to
Don't
say
do
that.
it.
Continue. Continue. See it.
What
I'll
I was
suck it in.
saying, y'all gonna let that Target shit go.
No.
What,
No, never.
No.
We're going to let Jesse Jackson.
But what I was saying, listen,
Keep hope
though.
alive.
Right.
I was saying, I'm thinking about the people over there, and I'm saying, I think there's something so much larger to be talking about here, because I do not think this is about power. I don't think it's about oil. I think if you think it's about power and oil, that you're naive as fuck.
You think it's about the distraction.
I think it's about the distraction. I think it's about what we're being fed. I think it's about programming. I think it's about putting something in our brains
Fear.
and making us believe a certain truth that is not true.
When you have the fear of the people, you have control of the people.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think that it all boils down to. And also, my question to you is, have they confirmed whether or not, like, who actually blew up the school of the girls? Because they're actually saying that it is the Americans. And so,
Yeah, that it was all. So originally, when the school was bombed and the children were killed, original report said it was bombed by Israel and the United States. Someone, I don't know who said it. Someone, I don't know if it was Marco Rubio. I don't know if it was your president. Someone said Iran bombed their own school
Of girls.
So now we know that 2 bombs were dropped, that the first bomb dropped, then parents rushed to find out what happened to their kids, and then they got another bomb was dropped.
Yeah.
So, I don't
That's
know
heartbreaking.
why this is a question as to who would bomb the school. But I know it is, and that's something they're talking about. But I think that is one of the most egregious pieces of misinformation that our government could have planted out there, and it's heartbreaking. Because there should be, I mean, again, you having valid reasons for bombing Iran that we don't know about, whatever. But to actually try to justify killing innocent children in that process is a really tough pill, I think, for most Americans to
heartless.
swallow.
Yeah, and
Do
I
you
do
think
want
he's
to
gonna
notate,
draft?
and I want to say this too.
I do. I don't necessarily know that there will be a reason for a draft, but the fact that it's there is real.
Yeah.
The fact that young men ages 18 to 25 or 26 will be
26.
forced
Except
to
for
serve
his son.
if that they roll it in. Yes, absolutely. It is a real thing that is 100% there. And again, it goes back to the choices that we have made as Americans for who we have allowed to be in office, not just the president, but also Congress, because they could stop any of this from happening at any given time. They refuse to do so because the balance of power lies in the hands of the Republican Party. And
Do you
we
think
allow
there's
it
a
to
little
happen.
hope still, though, with Congress being that they did block the tariffs? Do you think that they'll eventually step in and say, hey, we can't do this? That's why I feel like if they find out that
I think
it was,
everybody in Congress is being blackmailed and they're
I
scared as
feel,
hell.
well, they stand up a little bit, but I feel like, I think that
They stand
if
up
they
just
were to
enough for
find
us to
out
know
that
they're
we,
still there.
but I feel like if the public find out that we really did bomb the school of girls, I think that would really, you don't think so?
No, I don't
No.
think bombing, I don't think killing anyone that is black or brown anywhere in the world is going to change and the impact and the mindset of the MAGA cult.
No.
I do not think that they, as a group of people, value black and brown bodies, period.
all.
I do not think that's going to have any impact on them. If child rape has not broken the spell and the hold that Donald
True
Trump
story.
has on the cult, then there is no way the loss of life of Iranian girls and boys will do it. I don't know.
And I don't even think that the MAGA respect stops at black and brown people. I think it stops at an ideology. Meaning, even if you are white and you do not share this ideology and you do not share this way
Your
of
life
thinking,
is of no value.
your life is
Yep.
of no
You're right.
value.
You're right.
And that's where it's become increasingly dangerous because I think in previous years it was about race,
Yeah.
it was about sexuality, it was about
Marginalized
these
groups, yeah.
right, marginalizing groups. Now it's about marginalizing thought, which
Oof,
leads me back to my
that's
original
a good one.
point that none of this shit ain't about no power or no oil. It's about getting power, control over the mind.
That's right.
Of
That's
what
good. I like
Americans are
that.
thinking, and if they are actually thinking clearly about what the fuck is actually happening. And we ain't. The only motherfuckers that got some sense are the motherfuckers watching this. Everybody else dumb.
Well, I'm hoping everything at the end of the day, like you said a long time ago, Zach, is that I feel like it's going to really take one of those billionaires, one of those people that have the ability of having a large amount of control.
But we
step
have to
in
make that happen.
by
By
like
boycotting. We have to make it happen. We just
they always
saw,
come back to me.
again, but we are doing a great job in the resistance movement of doing that. So again, the Ellison family, huge donors and supporters of Donald Trump, huge friends of Donald Trump, purchased CBS. CBS ratings have been in the tank continuously. They now are going to acquire Warner Brothers. We are going to have to cancel our subscriptions to HBO Max. We're going to have to boycott and turn off CNN once they take over. We're going to have to stop making content and now that they own TikTok. It's unfortunate, but one family now owns 35% of American media. 35% of the American
That's
media,
crazy.
television, film, movies, news, social media is all owned by one family, and that family supports
But what
and
do
is
you
beholden
think?
to
What do
Donald
you
Trump.
think is going to be the upheaval or the uprising in response to that? Can I give my theory?
Yeah, you
Sure.
can. Yeah, what is it?
And I need to
yeah,
do more research on this, and I'll come better prepared to talk about it next week.
Give us a theory.
But
and
what I think the theory is that I think there are going to be more entrepreneurial and creative spouts of media, thoughts. I mean, like thought leaders, right? And I think we're going to see more of that in an individualistic, creative way.
But where does that
instead of
money
it-
come from?
That money's going to come from the
Because we're not
just-
getting grants like we used to.
I know it's not,
That's
but
it,
I think
yeah.
it's just gonna
That's
come from
being
the
cut
power of this.
everywhere.
I think everything's gonna be simplified, and there's a theory to support this. And it's something about in 2027 things will begin to reset based upon there's a timetable of every 400 years something happens. But I'll go back and I'll read on it. But I do believe that I don't think people are just gonna lay flat and let shit happen. I think there are going to be a few select people, and I'm believing in this because of the God that I believe in, that there are going to be a
Yeah,
few
the God
select
you believe
people
in,
who
let
are
this happen.
chosen. Many are called, Zach, but few,
I chosen. Yeah.
okay, who will take the stand and who will lead us into the future of what it means to be independent thinkers and independent voices. I do not think that this is by mistake. I think it is by design. And I think that we will see a change in how we not only process information, but how we expound upon individualistic thinking.
Well, I mean, we hope that happens, and
That
you
sounds
know,
really good.
yeah, it sounds ideal, and we
It
hope
does. Bless you.
it happens, and it's very possible to happen. But is it likely to happen? You know, really comes down and
To be
is
continued.
the question. It's just like, will we have a good Essence Festival? It's likely to happen, but will it really
Child.
happen? We don't know. We have been able to make a quick boomerang back to Essence. In just a few episodes back, you could have heard us talk about and bemoan the end of Essence and the fact they owe $1.5 million. Well, baby, somehow, some way they got it. It might be a credit loan. I don't know what it is,
It's a big-ass
but they
credit
recently announced their brand new lineup for Essence Fest 2026, and the blacks love it. They are so excited. I went from seeing black people talk about, I am never going to Essence because of the goddamn jollof rice. And now they're saying, oh, I cannot wait to go to Essence because they got Cardi B, Patti LaBelle, Brandy and Monica together.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got Lotto, who I think adds no value to shit, and Kalani. So that's the original. I'm just telling you what I think.
What's wrong with
I
Lotto?
like
What
her
is
body.
right
her
about
body
Lotto?
Is, her body is
Damn,
sick.
I
like
thought
her
Lotto
body.
was cool with the people.
Back to Essence. So people, are you excited about this lineup?
I am. I'm going.
You're
for sure.
going.
I'm going.
Oh, we gotta
I'm
link up.
going.
We gotta link
Yeah.
up. I'm going.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
for sure.
go. I'm gonna go because you know what? I'm gonna give them one more chance.
Okay.
If I can give Target one more chance, God damn it, I can give Essence one more chance.
Okay.
They don't pay their debts. I don't know how the fuck they paid that 1.5
We're not giving Target one more chance. You're not breaking.
I'm
you're
not
not
doing
going
that.
Target.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not
But
going.
we'll
to
let you
Target.
give
Okay.
Essence one more chance.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll
if we
take it
all
back.
go
I'm not
to
gonna give
Essence,
Target
if we
one more
if
chance.
we're all
I'm
if
gonna-
we
We
all
should all
go,
go together.
we can do a
Go to
live
Essence.
show. We can stream
We should
live.
do
You
that.
should try to get us on the Essence.
Yes,
like get us
you should.
to cover some of the
The
happenings.
queers,
so we can get real life
artists.
feedback from the guests and the audience and
Yes.
the attendees to see if it's really getting better.
I'm not doing that. I'm serious. I'm gonna tell you, like,
Why you ain't gonna do
let
is
me
that-
tell you why that is not worth my work.
Okay.
Because when you do an activation at Essence, you should be paid by Essence,
Essence.
or a brand that is
Like Shea
being
Moisture.
promoted at Essence.
But they
Yeah.
could do that.
But for me to say that's not going to help or elevate my brand or the show or the podcast that we're doing, that's not going to benefit us. It ain't going to help us.
But what if we can get them to pay us to be there?
He said
that,
no.
That's not going to
Dad
benefit.
said
That, that
no.
would not be a benefit to us. Essence isn't even our target audience and demographic. That isn't worth the time that I put in to work. But
I just hope
but
they
us
do it
being
right.
there and then doing work together, that's great. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But in terms of me sitting here finding fiscal sponsors, begging somebody to pay for us to go, getting us there, and then what we would have to do on return end, probably not worth it. There will be probably some events that will be worth it, but that I don't think that's one. I think more along the lines of like when they have CBC week, more along the lines of when we're doing like a major political activity or work, being on the campaign trail. Like those are the things that I think matter more. But Essence is always a kiki.
So with all of that being said, do you think it's going to be structured in a way that is cohesive for a good guest
You know what? I'm gonna be
I
honest
think
and say
so.
I think so. I think
so.
Essence
I think
is
so,
gonna
too.
give the people the best they possibly got because
Yeah.
this is their last
And they
chance.
That's their last
they
chance.
actually listened. It was very difficult.
And I know
not
if Cardi
to.
You think
coming,
they
they had
listen?
that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. If Cardi coming, they had to have their shit together. Cause one thing I know about Cardi B and her team, they do not play. Cardi B team do not play. Like I know Cardi seem like she with the shits and she all hee hee ha ha, but Cardi like as a businesswoman has her shit
Yeah.
in order.
She does. So what's gonna happen when she gets on that stage and talks about the N-word instead of N-word 20 times as a Dominican?
She says nigga.
She says it a lot on the show. I
I
told
mean,
you to watch
well,
the
the greater public don't let her say it. So
But what's gonna happen? People at Essence, I don't know if they gonna have.
well,
they gonna,
Essence know they don't invite her ass. So
they-
she's saying
Essence
nigga,
had
they ain't the
people
first
that
time.
said
no, I
stuff
think
like
there are
that.
many black people in the audience who have no issue with it, but I think at
Essence
that Essence
has had
crowd, there's some
performers
people
that have
who are gonna be angry about it.
They've had performers that
Who?
say the N word.
So
No, I'm
people
just-
gonna be angry about it.
There are people who are angry if you are not black saying the N-word.
But
I
isn't
thought she
she
was
black? She's
Afro-Latina.
Afro Latina.
She is.
So she's black.
I feel that way, but there are people who are going to be at Essence who don't feel that way.
That girl is black.
I mean,
Her
who
dad
cares
is black.
about them? I don't care about them people who feel that way. I don't think about them people.
Yeah.
You think about them people? I'm not thinking about them. I can't think about
I
what them
try
people
to
think.
balance and think. I do. I think about both sides. I think about multiple ways of looking at it. And again, it would be ideal if the word was not used at all, but that's just not the culture.
It's
we
crazy
live in.
because she looks like to me, like if you didn't hear her speak, like she looks like a black woman to me. So I think that she identifies with that, but she also identifies with her culture as well.
her Dominican heritage, and I
Yeah.
They
think
let Mulatto say it.
Mulattoes half white, half black.
I know she
the
is.
the focus
But
of the
that's the
show and
same
what
company.
Yeah,
from what I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
about the Cardi B tour and what I love about the tour is that it is a celebration of Latina culture around the diaspora.
It
And I
is.
really like that. And I really
Yes.
think that we need more of that, especially in this moment where this country is forgetting its roots and forgetting its foundational structure that migrants built this nation once it had gotten to a certain point from slavery and enslaved people, that work was brought in and then it continued to cascade out. So I want to see, I love that, but I also want to, I think again, there's going to be controversy that I think is going to come. I haven't seen it yet, but from seeing the clips, I think it's very likely
I
to
think
come.
I think that's the intention, and that's actually a smart business move as well, because it's like she's letting the people know that she is coherent to what's going on right now, especially with this current administration.
Yeah, so I think it's a
Yeah,
good,
so
well-designed
it's- yeah.
concert. Are we going to this concert? Are you guys going to be going to see?
I'll be going.
Cardi
I'm
B.
not paying for it, but I'm going.
You're not paying for the I Am the Drama.
Yeah.
So you're being taken as
How are you
somebody's.
going, Marlo Hampton?
It's a date. He's going
Well,
as a
I
date,
have someone
Marlo.
that works in the music industry that's affiliated with them, so I'm just going.
Of course you do.
Oh.
Well, I wouldn't pay for her concert.
You
If I
wouldn't-
had-
you
if
would
I had to
not pay?
Nah. I don't like paying for rappers' concerts.
I paid front row
I don't
what?
pay
For
for
who?
rappers.
Cardi?
for Cardi, and I don't know if it's going to be worth it.
I don't pay
From
for
what I've
rappers'
seen, I think it's going to be a good time, but I don't think it's going to. I think the concert's going to be a good time, but I don't
She's
know if
not
it's.
an entertainer.
She's-
Yeah,
So
I don't
what
know if
she
she's going to give
does is
me
she's-
a Beyonce,
She
even a
par-
Rihanna
She
experience.
participates
Fuck no.
with the
I
crowd.
don't think I'm gonna even get a Meg experience. I paid for Meg front row twice and I loved it. I don't think I'm gonna even get a Meg experience.
I
with Cardi.
like theatrics. I like to see dancing, like real
Yeah.
good choreography, and I don't get that from rappers. So I pay for like pop stars. I'll pay for a really good R&B, like someone that's had like a long track record of like some great hits and like Usher. But
Yeah.
Cardi
I'm a-
B, nah.
I'm
Not
gonna tell y'all one of
happening.
the best concerts I went to, hands down. Like just vocally speaking,
You
right?
better not say what I think you're about to say.
No, listen. It was when Ledisi, Kim, and Music Soul Child went on tour
Oh.
together.
And that was a
I
great
can
that
do
was
without
one
music
of the
though.
best.
How much were the tickets?
They're like
I don't
400,
know.
right?
I sat in the box seats for the company I work in,
Of
so
course
I
you
don't
did.
know. Oh, girl, please. But it was a good concert.
You gonna
It
talk
was
about
a
me.
great
You gonna talk
concert.
about me,
I had an
though.
amazing
Well, I'm
time.
excited. I'm gonna be going. We'll see if it's good, and we'll also see who's gonna be going with me because I don't
When
know.
you go to
Maybe our
Cardi's
future
concert,
husband.
can you see if her ass cheeks are separate
It's
from each other?
bad. It's
I want to
bad.
know. I
If
want
they-
to know in real life if you see. Because they
Well,
saying
she
it
said
on
she's
Twitter,
gonna get
but
it
then
taken
they said
out.
they said it was AI. So I want to know if her
No, she
ass,
said
if
it-
you can see her
She
ass
said
cheeks
she's gonna
separate
take
from
it
her
out.
ass.
She said she's gonna take it out after the tour. She did say that, and she said it her own
Because they
mouth.
saying it looked like they separating when she sit on the chair. But I want to hear somebody who actually went and see if they see it. And you're going to be on the front row. So you'll
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in a position to where I can see her booty hole, then I will be on the lookout for it. If I'm able to see it, I will. I mean, I'm not gonna miss.
Well, you know how
I
to
don't
look
miss
for
too many
one.
booty holes, so I'm gonna be
Right.
looking. If it's there, I will be taking a peek.
See, he's very
Um,
butch.
I will be looking. Now we have a great crown to give tonight, and we have a roast to read. But before we do that, I think it's really important for us to open the floor about other things, gentlemen, that maybe you guys had on the docket
I
or
have
things
a
that you saw
really-
this week that would be worth a note.
important topic I want to talk about. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this open AI and Anthropic stuff.
Yeah,
So the people are calling for us to boycott
and I did.
ChatGPT.
I already canceled.
and move over to Claude.
I used Claude before
I missed
any of
that.
you knew
I
what
do
Claude
too.
was. I've been
Right.
using Claude since October of 2024.
Love Claude. Claude is great. He's very, because he's definitely a he for sure. But he's very
He's
like
a smart man.
Yeah, Chat feels like a woman, but Claude is definitely
sassy gang.
a sassy gay for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's
But
definitely a sassy gay.
Sir Ken, you don't. You said you
I
weren't
don't-
aware.
yeah.
I'm going to tell people who aren't. So basically, what happened was, OpenAI these two guys were co-founders. I cannot remember their names for the life of me, but they were co-founders and they worked
Sam
together.
Altman and
Sam Altman
the other
and
one.
the other one to create ChatGPT. You know, then one of them was like, okay, this is becoming corrupt. You want to sell these public information to the government. You want to get in bed with the government. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to create Anthropic. Whatchamacallit went over and created, you know how black folks tell stories. Whatchamacallit went over here and created Anthropic. And now Claude is supposed to be this better version of ChatGPT, ideally, that's supposed to be smarter, more efficient, more supportive, but also, too, more ethically sound. And so a lot of people are basically canceling their subscriptions with ChatGPT, taking all of the memory and the chat history that they have with ChatGPT, and uploading it to Claude, and now using Claude as their main source of chat. All of it is motherfucking eco-terroristic, right? Because they building these goddamn data centers, which is what this shit run from, that's pumping damn poison into the water of these rural and urban communities. But nonetheless, that's what's going on. I just feel like we should talk about it and let the people know, move over to Claude and be a good eco-terrorist.
Move over to Claude and be a good eco-terrorist. I think that's, point made. When they told me to boycott ChatGPT, bitch, I canceled and got saved that $20 because I paid for Claude, Perplexity, ChatGPT. I paid for all three. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you know what? I don't have a problem letting go of ChatGPT because I do find it to be the weakest of the three anyway. Really? It's the weaker of the three. Like, yeah, ChatGPT is very weak. It's the weakest of the three, hands down. Claude is unmatched in terms of its ability to write and to give you high quality commentary. And Perplexity is unmatched in its ability to give you quite fast, quick, immediate breaking news from the internet. Other topics that are out there. You had another topic that you brought up that I forgot. That was really good. We were having like our pre-conversation. It was you had something else you said we should have it on the agenda, but I forgot what it was.
Oh, damn, I can't remember. We talk about so much. I don't know. Sorry, can't remember. Do you have anything, Sir Ken?
I don't remember either.
Okay.
Well, there was something that, we definitely don't want to show. We want to show the pictures, but we don't want to show this image. I don't know if you guys are on the side of TikTok that's been talking about Saucy Santana and his ex-partner. I guess his name is he's known as Diamond Noop. I really do not like calling this man Diamond Noop as I think it's disrespectful. I think even calling him Noop is disrespectful to the men of Kappa Alpha Psi.
That's right.
Because that puts this one person, this one figure, as the representative of the organization. And I wouldn't want him representing my organization.
Is he actually a Noop?
I think that's, he better be. If he's walking around calling himself, oh my God, this man surely must be a member of the fraternity. Right? He has to be.
Yes.
Now, for those who aren't following this drama, unfortunately, people on TikTok is calling this punk talk, which I think is extremely offensive and ignorant, but that's what it's known as, punk talk. And it's where Saucy and Noop have broken up, and this Noop guy went back to his ex-boyfriend. I think his name is Splat, or he was saying that he wanted Splat back, and that he was always cheating with Splat on Saucy.
Yes.
And Splat has a boyfriend named Chase, who's looks like a really sweet guy. Like, I watched it. I didn't want to get caught up in it, but then I started watching it, and I have to say I really fell in love with Chase because he seems like a really sweet guy. And it seems like he's
the only one with some damn sense and all of this.
Yeah, he really loves this Splat person. Yes. But it also seems as though Splat has been cheating with Noop because Noop was his first love or the first person he had maybe even had any kind of sexual engagement with. But then all of a sudden, Noop's nudes were re-entered the scene. So it seems as though Noop himself leaked his nudes at some point, a new video of him doing things to himself. And then everybody online started to say that, he had a very, minuscule
penis
body part.
They say his dick was small, Zach. Just say it.
Minuscule body part.
You don't brought it up.
But, and that made me, and there's a lot to talk about for us on the show and what we talk about. Because one, I feel as though it's not appropriate for the internet to be body shaming him if he doesn't have
Zach, are you serious?
an endowment. I do. I think that's really inappropriate. I don't think that people should. I think that Ray Monte.
That's the point of the conversation you want to pull from?
Yeah, I think the fact that Ray Monte, content creator, brought up his body part and then talked about it being small, I think that was inappropriate.
There's tons of guys with small dicks. There's tons of guys with big dicks.
Here's my thoughts
Everybody
on it. Okay,
have-
so all of this shit
everybody
started.
That's body shaming. If we can't talk about any
What's that?
number of body parts, and so why can you talk about this and it'd be okay? It's not. It's body
Well, why
shaming.
he
It's not
put it
okay.
out
First of
there?
all, clearly, out of all of this entire situation that's been happening on TikTok, clearly Noop is not well. Okay, he's unwell.
And
All
I don't
right,
think
and
he's a
fully
Kappa.
he's fully crashing out. Number one. Number
Okay.
two, I have been pleased.
He
with
might
Saucy,
be unwell because of the fact that you
that
know
his penis is small. That could be a possibility. Many men on this planet are unwell because of that, and because they are.
And for the
vertically
record, I didn't think
challenged.
when I saw
Sir,
the
did
Then
video.
you
know
tried
about-
it. I'm not
when I
vertically
saw
challenged.
the
I'm
footage-
68.5 inches.
What does that mean?
I'm not vertically challenged.
Anyways, my point being,
and I don't
Noop
have a
is
small
crashing
wiener
out.
either.
I actually have.
Sir Ken does not have a small wiener.
Oh, my mom watched this show.
Girl, you are almost 75 years old. Why do
Oh!
you care about what your mama is gonna think about us talking about
Okay,
your
go
damn
back.
penis?
Mama
Let's-
Coleman, Sir Ken has a teeny tiny wee wee.
Oh my
Continue.
God.
I don't know what
cannot.
else to say. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what to do.
First of all, I feel like this topic is beneath
She will not be
us
watching
in this
this episode.
platform. But I'm gonna say this: I've been impressed with Saucy Santana's ability to kind of be removed from the situation. When Raymonte entered the chat, Raymonte did explain that part of the reason why him and Mitch and Santana had a falling out was because Raymonte, as he was starting to gain clout and get more of a following on social media, he hung out with Saucy Santana and Mitch one night. They allegedly mistreated him and were not welcoming to him, specifically Santana, who he felt tried to little boy him. His words, not mine. And from there, he decided, I'm not really going to fuck with those girls anymore. Now, Mitch says it really didn't go like that. That when Raymonte started hanging out with Malik and DeAndre, he felt like he was with the it girls and he was too good because Mitch didn't really fit into the image. And so that's why their friendship decided to shift.
Oh, that's
right.
awful.
However, what I think is this. I think that Noop and Splat, well, I know that Noop and Splat had some controversy in the past with Santana, so this is not a new
it's
thing.
not new.
Right. But I also think, too, knowing that Raymonte is close to JT, I think JT sent Raymonte to try to fuck with Santana by getting to Noop.
Oh, that's horrible.
And now all of this shit is blowing up. Noop is at home, crashing
Throwing
out,
his
telling
sneakers
lies,
up on the bed.
throwing his
But why do
damn
we care
news
about?
online.
Why do we care about these individuals?
We don't care because I think
the point that I was making was about body positivity, and body positivity should extend out to all body parts. And I just really hate that.
Well,
that-
what about the body positivity for Saucy Santana?
I have body positivity for Saucy Santana.
Oh, okay.
Every titty he got. I'm sorry.
Did he
You
say
gotta
every-
cut
I want to
that
know.
part
I
Did you
want
say
y'all to know
every
I
titty
love
he got?
Saucy.
I don't. But we gotta cut that
Saucy,
titty part
I brought
out.
Saucy up because people do shame Saucy for his body all the time.
I would never do that.
I know you
Well,
will.
I'm a chubby chaser, so I don't mind like big guys.
Anyways, this shit is stupid, and I think that we need better. If y'all, where's my camera? What right here? If you gay girls, they, them, however you choose to describe he, him, she, her, are gonna be out
Or
here on
it.
these, or it are gonna be out here on these motherfucking platforms. Be a good representation.
That part,
Don't be out here with no bullshit.
That
Because
part.
what are y'all even arguing about?
yeah.
Be the,
Y'all don't even know.
be your
Y'all
best
don't
self.
even know. And furthermore, when it comes 10 years from now, when all you bitches old, because the day's coming. The day's coming. What are you gonna stand for? What do you want to be remembered for? See, part of my issue with these motherfuckers today is that y'all don't think about legacy.
That's
Y'all
right.
thinking about y'all living for the here and now.
Yeah.
Okay? And Luther Vandross lived for the here and now too, and see where he is.
He is
Dead.
and gone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
And he didn't get
think
to live
about
his true
something
self.
other than just the moment. And for trying to get likes and clicks and shares on TikTok Live, having them damn Komodo dragons that y'all have fighting back and forth on each other every fucking night, going on live, talking about something press, go. Think about something else.
All right,
Well,
so
who's
let's give our
pres-
queen our
well,
crown.
We're not giving the crown yet because
Oh my God.
I'm just sick of the shit.
yeah, you're sick of the shit. You want people to have something to stand
I
on.
want our gays.
You want our gays to have something to stand on, in the same way that Chrissy Nome is standing on her bird legs as a whole. She was fired this
Fired.
past
Just call
week,
Chrissy
and so
Nome
that
a
is
hoe.
our
Bye, Felicia.
our royal read, the very final royal roast. Christy Nome said,
Let her have
what
it.
do you have to say about this?
I think Christy was fired because she was a complete imbecile and the worst representation of humanity. And I think she's exactly where she belongs, which is in the motherfucking unemployment line. Christy, you are getting exactly what you deserve. And I hope that every mother trucker that co-signs with you, that is part of the MAGA agenda, gets exactly what they deserve too, which is to be poor and be on the side of the street. I hope that none of you succeed, okay? And I knew that you were a motherfucking idiot when you sat up in goddamn Congress and said that the Dow had dropped $55,000. Bitch, the Dow don't got dollars. They got points. So ever since then, I have known that you are a complete idiot. I don't wish any harm on you because guess what? I'm far too delicate and my nails are far too manicured to want to put my hands on you. However, bitch, I wish that you are stuck and limited to a Toyota Corolla and a shack on the side of I-285.
Hey, how
We do
Corollas
not
get in
want
now?
her on 285 in Atlanta. We want her to go back to South Dakota. Baby, you stay your ass up there with the
Send
Mount
her ass to
Rushmores.
Iraq.
We do not
Send her ass
want
to
you
Iraq.
Matter of
anywhere
fact,
here.
go on the Rocky Mountains.
Send
let
her
her
Iraq.
bet
Yeah,
your ass
stay
up.
there, stay there. Go home, go home.
to Iraq.
You know,
Send her to
go
Iraq,
home to
baby.
where the crows roam. Where you belong. Now, we always end, and we've ended 13 episodes over the course of 13 weeks with giving a queen a crown. Yeah, the name is definitely a challenge,
Do you
but
know how to
this is
pronounce
one
it?
of my favorite crowns
no.
to give. Sir
You
Ken, who is gonna get tonight's crown?
Ole Wamadupe Ole Yede is a trailblazing collegiate band leader who made history as the first woman to serve as head drum major at Florida A&M University.
The very first female to gain that honor.
Home to one of the most prestigious HBCU marching band programs in the
The
nation.
Marching 100.
I'm like I'm at church. my grandma does a product of Atlanta's Southwest DeKalb High School.
Right around the corner.
She rose through the years of discipline, musical training, and leadership development to earn one of the most visible roles in Black collegiate band culture. Her achievement represents both personal excellence and a milestone for women in tradition-rich leadership spaces. So tonight, we crown Allah Wamadupe Oloyede, an Atlanta native and proud Southwest DeKalb graduate whose historic rise to head drum major represents precision, discipline, and Black excellence in motion. Her presence is powerful. Her leadership is earned, and her moment is bigger than a viral clip. She stands as a symbol of legacy, right? Grace, and the brilliance that happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Change the game with that digital truck. Yeah. Stay on your feet. You know I'm gonna pop. I stop the world. Male or female,
of why we want to give her this crown, because looking at all that she's achieved, she gave one of the most impassioned Delta probate performances I've ever seen in all these years of life.
It was nice.
It was just so powerful, and it's just huge congratulations to all of the Greeks who are newly crossing over in the burning sands in the year 2026. And a huge congratulations to all of her Delta sisters at FAMU and all of the big sisters who choreographed this beautiful show and put it together. And again, huge congratulations to her. She is an Atlanta native. She is one of our own. She is someone that we can stand behind and be proud to give the final crown here at Kings at Table. We thank you so much for watching us and being with us over these 13 weeks. And we can't wait to show you next week what we have in this whole new iteration. It'll be a whole new name. We're starting over from scratch with numbering and everything. These 13 episodes will always be here, but we can't wait to show you how we get bigger and better next week. Thank you for joining us.